Blackstone Audio presents A Paradise for Fools by Nicholas Kilmer. This book is read by John Lescault. For Anne Hillis, Constant Weeder. Chapter 1. An eerie, almost ominous silence had descended on Harvard Square. The students had packed their traps and left. Graduation was done. The honorands, glorified at the graduation ceremonies, had said their say, eaten the canapés, pocketed their extra degrees and medals, and left town as absolutely as the class of '92. Summer school hadn't begun. It was like the vacancy before the hurricane strikes, when all the birds go quiet. The day wasn't hot yet, but that was coming for sure. Fred had walked all the way into Cambridge from Boston, after waking early in a place that, for all Clay's most earnest effort to let him feel at home, still made him nervous. These days he was bunking on the old leather sofa in the basement office of Clayton Reed's house on Beacon Hill. Clay, heading for a wedding in Lugano, was grateful to leave Fred in charge of the building and his collection. Use the guest bedroom, he had offered. But that would be worse. That wouldn't only make him itch, it would lead to a mortal case of hives. A dwelling was a trap. There was no way to get around it. He'd not been long with Clay, still hadn't proved himself, not to his own satisfaction. He was almost dizzy from the obtuse self-confidence of the man's willingness, making the leap of faith that left Fred, whom he barely knew, in residence, and in charge of several $1 million worth of art, if one cared to translate Clayton's objects into the metaphor of currency, as Fred did not. Though art was transitory, money was more so. And money, apart from the damage it can do, was uninteresting to Fred, whose own life had become bearable only as the result of being simplified almost to a monastic level. Aside from the car, which was already pretty much in the public domain, and the necessary minimum of clothes, Fred had come close to freeing himself of possessions. He liked it that way. Fred sat in the tasty diner and ordered a breakfast that would also do for lunch. Hash, eggs, toast, coffee, and more coffee. From his vantage point at the counter, while he ate, he could look out at the sidewalk and enjoy the period of reprieve, while this portion of Cambridge reverted to times long gone, when Cambridge was a small town with a Woolworth's. Much more briefly, it had been inhabited by an undergraduate student named Fred Taylor.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?